Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to another EA Talks, the second one in a row. Well, this time on a Monday, not on Wednesday, because we have two guests with a very busy schedule. As you can see, also made a nice new template. Everyone say hi in the chat. Who do we have today? We have the people that are organizing AntCon. We have the one and only Wakooshi.
Hello guys, how you doing?
And we also have the one and only Ant Antics. Richard, hello.
Good evening.
So we have the full team assembled, and today we are going to talk about AntCon. We did one stream last time, but that stream sadly didn't feature the two people that were organizing AntCon, so that was a little bit weird. So now we are going to talk about AntCon for real. A lot more things have been set in motion. A lot more things are clear now. The ID is basically now becoming is realized. So now we can really explain to you guys basically what AntCon is, what we're going to do. I say we, but I mean Richard and Sid, of course. So basically it's not really an interview. We're just talking about AntCon, not only spreading awareness, but also hopefully getting people hyped about the event. Not only the people that will be present, but also for the people after, because there will be heaps of YouTubers going to document the event as best as possible, to share it with the world. At least, of course, we want everyone involved. So for the people that have zero clue about AntCon, could you maybe enlighten us, Richard, with the idea and basically what is AntCon for people that have no idea?
Our idea is that we're going to have a nice little intimate gathering at Ant Antics HQ, and it's going to be for us all to geek out about ants, have some fun along the way, a few competitions, and just get to know everyone in the real.
Awesome. Sounds very
nice and
great.
simple.
Yeah, nice and simple. Idea is very straightforward. So I guess for the people's ideas, so it's basically held at Ant Antics, basically the
yes, at our place in Carmarthen.
Yeah. And Sid, you are helping basically organize it all, and how would you describe basically your function in this whole thing?
My function?
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, something like this has kind of been well overdue. The hobby is fast growing. It's still very early on. It's still a growing hobby. There's a lot of the, there are invert shows and there are, various things like that. But, and there's a reason why they tend to clump them all together. They don't have, there's not so much, mantis conventions. They usually just pin them all together. And I think it'd be nice to kind of make something a bit more specific, and a way that, we all interact so closely. And, for years now, I mean, since I've probably, how long have I been in the ants thing? For about, 3 or 4 years, maybe, I think it is, from the start. And I've kind of always thought, I always liked the idea, because I used to be in Mantis a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And, I went to quite a few of the invert shows, and I've always loved the idea of them. The only downside to them, I did feel they were a little bit too big, and there was not so much intimacy there. I like, when these kind of conventions are a little bit more specific. Like when you go to, video game conventions and stuff, and it's about a specific game. There's just so much more of an atmosphere when the conventions they've got a specific theme. So that's kind of what I thought would be cool. And, obviously getting in touch with Rich, when I went to visit him when we were looking at the leaf cutter stuff.
That's when all of this happened.
That's
really,
when
wasn't it?
That was kind of it. I just mentioned to him, because obviously the venue has always been the hardest way to start anything, and someone had to make the jump and sort of start it. It's not an easy thing to do, when you're trying to create any event for the first time. It's hard just to understand there's so many different avenues. You have to, how many people are likely to attend, to get the right size venue, to make it fun and interesting enough for, the journey. Because we've got people coming from America, Denmark, yourself from Netherlands. There's people coming from all around the world for this. So, for that, you have to kind of make it an interesting and worthwhile journey. And there's the nice thing is the tickets have been selling great. There's still some left. I think a lot of people might have been waiting for payday because the golden tickets have been quite hot.
I think most people have them, don't they?
Yeah, I think about 80% of people have gone for the golds.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is really interesting because
nice.
it's not necessarily what I would have expected for the first event. It was more of just a bit of a kind of a fun experiment for me and Rich, really, to have the different tiers. But the more we kind of looked into it, we kind of realised actually it's almost a bit of a fun way to do a ticket system. So it's kind of rewarding people for almost early adopting into it. So yeah, but that's kind of what started when we met up and we started the work on the leaf cutters. It was mentioned, and then Rich has kind of done some tremendous work in getting the foundations rolling, hosting the venue, site, all the stuff really. So I'm just kind of there helping out.
Yeah, because I remember when we first talked, Rich. It was, I think, maybe even a year ago, if not 8 or 9 months.
Must be.
I knew already that you mentioned that you wanted to have an AntCon at some day. So the idea has definitely been very, very long in the making. Of course, very nice that it's finally happening. And the question was basically definitely I know why the partnership was forged, because it's just it just is meant to be.
It just makes sense, doesn't it?
It just makes sense, yeah.
Like Sid says, we've got a venue, and the joy of where we are now, it's this old excuse me.
No problem.
It's this old building that we use for the escape room, and I run the ants from there as well. And it's like a little rabbit's warren of little rooms. So it creates this perfect environment where people can cluster together and see a few ants, or do one of the little competitions we're going to run through the day, or see someone speak. It makes this nice little cluster of areas where people can spread out and merge together. And really, we released 60 tickets, and that's like a hard maximum on what we'll be able to cope with on the day. But it's brilliant because it means that it's not too many people, that we all get to know each other, and we all get. Also, I don't mean to get distracted. I've just seen someone's asked what the mystery species is, and I can assure you it's a mystery to me as well right now.
Yeah. You just have to, it's a mystery for everyone, so just
it's a mystery for everyone, including me.
Yeah. The question I see that pop up now in the chat as well is also a lot in servers and in the community. I know the reason, of course, but maybe you could explain why is the first AntCon in Wales? I saw that question so many times.
It's just because we have the building. It's where we operate from. We have the building is sitting there right now. We run the business from it, and we have the escape rooms in a big warehouse behind it. So it just makes sense to use something that's owned. And then that reduced the risk, because we didn't know anybody was going to come, because we're the first to advertise this. So for all we knew, it was going to be a sit-down gathering of 10 or 15 people, which would have equally been as fun. So really we put the hard maximum on the size of the venue. And I think for the first year, it makes sense to do that. Maybe even year 2, we'll see how this year goes.
Yeah.
But it makes sense to keep it intimate and sort of exclusive, and people come and they're in the little club, and then expand out from there. We don't want to rush ourselves and throw something at the community that the community just isn't ready for. It takes precedent for things like this to work. So I think it was better for us to go small and do it right.
Yeah, I think also a lot of people, well, I never organized something like that, but I can imagine that renting a giant fair or something, or a giant building to have the fair or the convention is just not possible. Definitely, like you said,
I wouldn't like to guess how much it will cost.
Yeah, and
if I'm honest,
you don't know how many people will come. You probably need 1,000 even to cover the costs of hiring the building. So yeah, for the people that still wonder why it's in Wales, why it's so far away, well, that's just because
that's just where we are. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the other thing to note as well, I mean, yes, the venue may be far for some, but the problem is no matter where you put a venue, if you just run one venue in one location, you're always going to be far away from someone. So whether or not you have the location was, in Brighton, right at the very south of England, everyone at the very north of England would have just even harder time. They may well find it easier to get to the current location than it would if it was in Brighton. So it's always a bit of a catch-22 with the location, but one of the main advantages is it's right central in the middle of a town,
and it's cheap in Wales to stay.
So the hotels were very, very cheap, and there's a lot of hotels around an Antics venue. There's also, the nice thing is everything is within literally a really small walking distance. So obviously there's the after event in the evening as well for those that can attend. It's not just a singular, during the day event. So, it is running over the course of the evening before for people who are coming to stay the night before, because obviously it's long journeys. So some people are kind of making a weekend of it. So it's, it's not just like, a classic invert show. People are kind of turning it into a bit more of a weekend event. So there is that benefit to things. Yeah. So yes,
there's
the location.
Things to do to make it a little holiday, isn't there? It's West Wales. There's lots of attractions.
I think though that I can safely say that most people that are coming will be there for the event only. I think definitely the people that bought the tickets for the more like, let's call it influencer group, the YouTubers and stuff. Because, well, we already know we're all staying in the same hotel. They are more making it a weekend.
Yes.
But for people like Ant Oliver and me that have to come from Europe a little bit further away, there's no choice really. You can't just fly up and down. That would be not possible. So it's more like a little holiday, which will be totally awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
that's for sure.
The options there, for people if they want to stay or they want to come for the day, it's entirely up to them. But the nice thing is, because of, I know the location for Wales, a lot of people are saying it's a little bit trickier to get to, but really honestly, when you see the venue, having things like, Rich has got this amazing ant room, which you can see in the background. Some of it there.
Don't oversell us now, Sid.
So the venue is really, really, really nice. So, there was, it just, we wanted it to be, I don't want to say small, but intimate is the best way of describing it. It's a great chance for just everyone who just wants to meet, in real life. We speak to tons of people. I'm looking in the chat here. I can see the majority of these people in the chat are attending AntCon. So, it's going to be nice to be able to put names to faces. The other advantage to having it in the venue that we've chosen is, like Rich mentioned, the low cost, because there's technically no venue cost. The good thing for that is it means that the money that from tickets can be reinvested into just making 100% the event as good as it possibly can be. With chucking everything at the items that are given as part of the ticket packages.
Remind me to tell you how much the insurance is costing, Sid. After this.
So you know what I mean, though. It's like obviously Rich is taking it on the chin because he's closing his business down, and there's multiple businesses that runs from his venue. So it's of course costing us something, but what the way that we kind of looking at it is the money coming in from ticket sales, correct me if I'm wrong, Rich, but we're investing that into the actual event.
Yeah.
It's not being wasted on venue costs, like
No.
if we were to hire a hall or something.
Yeah, it's definitely not something to
And
event to get money out of. That's definitely not the
no,
take
because it's the
on,
first
this is
one.
for the community entirely, really.
Yeah. I just want people
And-
to know that, because it will.
So if everybody brings money, bring money with you, because I'll be doing discounts on colonies on the day, and that's where my wages for the whole thing's going to come from. So it isn't coming from your tickets.
Everyone, bring your cash. I
Yeah,
applied
bring
for a
cash
credit
with you.
card, so should be all
Perfect.
fine.
I can
Yeah.
take cards. Yeah, we're fine.
Awesome. Yeah, I
I
definitely
see
can
here,
confirm.
Answer Pembroke. He's been in. I think this is the guy that came in last week.
Yeah.
Impromptu visit with his family.
Yeah, I saw him in the
And,
survey. Said how nice the
Yeah,
Antrim was.
he turned up, and I give him a bottle of sugars to go on his way with. But he saw the ant room, so if he thinks it looks okay in the state he saw it, it should be a lot better by the day.
I think everyone is going to be mind blown. Because,
Nah.
I went to Reptile Fair yesterday, and well, from the small pictures I saw and from the experience other people had, I think it's going to be much more, well, like Seth says, it's going to be much more intimate. It's going to feel like home, I think, for a lot of people. Definitely for me, flying to London, then going to Wales, meeting all these people I know for so long but never seen before. I think it just
And that's
will
what the
feel like
day's
coming
really
home.
about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, yeah. That's exactly what it's about. It's about us all getting to know each other and spending the time to connect in the real world, because we all sit behind our computers and have these ideas of who everyone is. But this is a chance for anyone and everyone who wants to be there that day. It doesn't matter who they are or anything. It's all about us connecting as a community and creating a foundation for something really nice every year.
Yeah, and I definitely want to try that for the people that sadly can't come. Definitely for the European fans, because there are tons of definitely from Wakooshi, a lot of fans who would like to come but sadly can't. I'm going to try my best to document everything as best as I can, while having some fun of my own, of course. But then combined with all the other YouTubers, we hopefully have enough footage to make very nice videos, so everyone can enjoy the event even after it's done, and then we kind of solidify it into infinity, because we'll never go away. So
I mean, the nice thing with this, it's the first event. It's going to be a quite steep learning curve for me and Rich as well. So we'll see what works. What people like, what people enjoyed about it, and then obviously it'll just get better and better every year. So the nice thing as well, we'll hopefully look. It's the reason that we just wanted to do the smaller event to start off with is just to make things simpler for the event, because any stores, anybody's happy. We're happy for anyone to come and enjoy the day and interact with people and meet the community, and the more the merrier. Just because of the space limitations, things like stalls and things will be a bit more challenging. So it's not that we were kind of looking to exclude anyone or
monopolize it in any way.
Yeah, nothing like that. It's just purely it's
Space,
just because starting the event, it just minimized any complications and things that might just potentially go wrong or confusions when it's a smaller team organizing the event. But then going forward next year, it'd be nice if we can get more people, more stores, more vendors, this type of stuff, and open it up. Obviously, depending on the sort of turnout. But this is why the ticket sales and stuff are really important, because it gives us a gauge on the amount of people that are looking at attending the event and the types of things that they want to get out of the event. That's why we did the different tiers, to see people would people be interested in people just want to come and meet people, in which case obviously then the bronze ticket and stuff is perfect for them. but if are they interested in getting the silver or the gold, because they get extra stuff with those different tiers. So we can touch on tiers if that's something people are unsure about. I think I've seen a couple of messages about what comes in the different tiers.
Yeah, perhaps you could explain, like, first for the people that are completely clueless what the tier system is, and then, well, the benefits you will get from each tier, if possible.
So the reason that we generally pick the tier system is because we want to give back as much as we possibly can. So the way that in essence we're looking at this is
Ryan, what are you doing? Are you crazy? What?
I feel like I should get involved, because usually we have a donation war, me and Antscapes on the Ant Holifer channel.
You guys don't have to donate anything. That's not needed at all. So please keep your money in your pockets and use it to spend it on ants. But thank you, Ryan.
So typically, what we were looking at we want to kind of give back, and it's kind of the tier system is a way for us to gauge what people kind of want to get out of the day, and it's also a way that we can generate some initial revenue just to cover necessarily materials and upfront costs and this type of stuff. And not only that, the tickets are quite important just to ensure that there is a kind of guaranteed attendance on the day, because like Rich mentioned, there are behind the scenes costs. There's material costs for all the things that are going to come in the goodie bags that everyone's going to get, but every tier will pay for itself at least twice with the rewards that you get from it. So with the bronze tier, naturally, on the day Rich will have a huge selection of ants, exotic ants, everything that he's got available in the store. People can purchase there, and they'll probably
I got
be
some
discount.
secret stuff too, Sid, that I'm not selling online, that are just either too big or established to move. So those things will be available for people to drive away with as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity for people who want to get leaf cutters and things, because they'll be able to get everything they need on the day, and sort of take it away. So, and that's a nice thing, being able to see the full behind the scenes. How Rich raises them. His awesome room that he's got for raising them from founding queens up to colonies, and see the process of it, see them in action. He's obviously got his awesome display that you can see in the background for where the leaf cutters are running around the room, up along the roof and everything. And but yeah, so obviously the bronze will give you access to the event, access to discounts, because everything on the day will be cheaper than it would be if you purchase things on the stores. You naturally save on shipping, but like I said, there'll be some heavy discounts on everything there on the day. So even if you're just buying a few things, the ticket would in essence pay for itself. There is the AntCon t-shirt, which
Gotta have a tee, haven't you?
It's in every tier, isn't it, Rich?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and they're going to be shipped out prior to the event. So everybody has the option to wear them there if that's the type of thing they like.
And I think there's lanyards for everyone as well, which will be a sort of a nice way of people seeing who people are, and
with customized
like
IDs we're going for. So your moniker, your handle, your online name is what will be on there, so people can recognize other people by their usernames directly.
That's such a cool idea. Yeah, because that's
then
usually a problem. Like yesterday at the fair as well. Oh, who are you? Yeah, my name is blah blah blah. And then
you also
what's
have
your
your
username?
logo.
Yeah.
You also have your logo with aesthetic ants, and anybody that sees you can glance at your little ID tag and see who you are
cool.
in the online world.
I first thought that maybe Ant would come because some people invited him somehow then I would just wear a giant "We Don't Approve" shirt. But yeah, sadly that idea can't happen. He hasn't come.
I think
guys.
I think someone like Ants Canada would probably give the first one a miss, and wait to see. If I was him, I would give it a miss the first time just to make sure it was worth the visit.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
come
yeah.
for the second one.
Yeah, I hope not, but we'll see. Everyone is welcome,
Well,
I
he
guess.
needs to hurry up and buy his ticket if he wants to come.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Not invited. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, it's very cool. I think we quickly also would
Great
like
big
to
bushy beard.
mention what you said, that you don't want to exclude anyone else, because I already, well, some people think, Ant Antics and Wakooshi doing this thing, it's all about them. I can see people looking at it that way, and all the other ant shops people love can come, but yeah, guys, that's definitely not the case. So you should not
it'd be
think
quite
that way.
it'd be quite upsetting if people felt disincluded.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know,
Definitely, nobody is
it's not the
excluded.
intention.
It's just, well, first off, and
Baby
it
steps to the ocean,
has a
eh?
physical place, so it just makes sense where the other shops, I think, don't. So it just makes sense how it all came to be, and that definitely wasn't like a race or anything to be the first. Yeah, but going further on that, how do you think AntCon? Well, might be a little bit of speculation, but let's say this event goes perfectly as planned. So what would AntCon 2023 look like?
So, Sid and I have talked about this in some detail. Depending on this year, we've got two options. We either upscale or we keep it intimate. So, depending how everything flows, there's a 50-50 chance whether we're going to keep it intimate next year and run a similar sort of thing, but try and utilize the space in a better way. Of course, we'll know how we're using it from this year to include more people to come along. Or we can upscale it. And I think either way, one of the important factors about AntCon is that it is its own brand. And it's unambiguous against us. There's no vested interest in it. So AntCon needs to be its own entity, and it needs to be neutral. And to do that, it means we can have all vendors coming. We can have people from everywhere and then it wouldn't give it the feel that I think some people originally had, that this was an Ant Antics and Wakooshi hangout.
Yeah, but I think you have to.
We've already discussed that. We've discussed that isn't the case, and that this is just because of the space we have, and Ant Antics owns the building, and that's why it's like that. But moving forward, there's no reason why we can't upscale it.
Yeah.
But really, it all depends on this year, because it's not just about running the day. It's about getting the feedback from every single person that did come, and finding out what they enjoyed and what they didn't, and what we missed, and what we can do better next time, and using all of this data that you guinea pigs are going to be providing us. It means we can create something next year that is right on the money. Because right now, let's face it, it's guesswork. Nobody's done this before. We don't know what people want to see or do while they're there. So we're just pulling competitions and things out of our hats, But when we see what works and how people respond to it, then I think then next year we're going to have a convention that's right on the money.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
also,
it depends on the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it depends whether they like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not really our decision.
No,
Where the location. I mean, obviously we can choose where the location will be, and we can choose, but really, it's ultimately depends how many people want to go to these kind of events. And that's the
if
reason
people
why
say this is rubbish, then they won't. Next year will be a far cry different.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, we picked the smaller venue, and just to kind of really get it off the ground with me and Rich, just because, like Rich said, baby steps to the ocean. We started small just to be able to guarantee that we could make the event, start. And then it was always a case of, we'll see how the first event goes, gain the feedback from that. just generally we knew we could make it worthwhile, because that's one of the hardest things to do for an event, is to get people to sort of adopt something for the first time. That's the hardest thing. But generally just throwing freebies, giveaways, making it fun on the day, there's what's not to really enjoy about it. And clearly that's shown. We've sold a lot of tickets. We're generally, well, like I said, I think we're sitting on just over 20 tickets left as of, I think, this morning. So generally, that it won't be long before those last tickets have gone, and then the event is sold out, which is nice. So we've kind of achieved what we wanted to achieve, and
or more. We were happy for 30 people.
Yeah, I mean, initially
that was our target, wasn't it? 30 people together.
And then we've just tried looking at how many we can absolutely kind of get into the venue, just to so it will be a packed out venue, which will be nice, and it gives us opportunity to then invest more money into the event, which is great, and sort of just make it what it is. But going forward for next year, the event will be dictated by the feedback from this event and the interest in the community. So if people see the videos and see what it's like and how much fun it is, and kind of what people got from the event, that's when it'll be nice for them to then think, okay, actually, so this is an event that is actually worthwhile, and it looked really fun, and I want to go to the next one. And so if we can double the numbers for next year, then that's probably when we can start looking at potentially a different venue.
Yeah, I think only when you go the route where you say, okay, sorry guys for the voice, but I'm just putting in the link to AntCon. I forgot to put it in the description, so if you want to check out ticket prices or stuff you can get, etc., I have put the link of AntCon. It's also www.antcon.uk if you're wondering, but I'll also put it in the description right now, guys, if you want to see. So yeah, the only concern I would get is if you open the venue to let's say a larger fair venue where a lot of all stores basically can come, is you can kind of lose that intimacy, maybe that's my worry. Contact,
But this is where we can see generally, and it may be the case that next time it's a limited amount of vendors. Maybe there'll be rather than generally just me and Rich for this one, it may be 4 vendors the following year, and then maybe something like 7 or 8, and there may be that. It may be all. Maybe we just generally need to see how things pan out, the feedback of everything. But I think the big thing for AntCon is to keep what it's meant to be. The most important thing, it's meant to be that that kind of community event, that intimate event, and that intimacy is probably one of the biggest things. If people want to go to to big shows, they can go to invert shows, so this is kind of it's got a very specific purpose. And it's got more of a social avenue to it than sort of, I guess, most other conventions or invert shows, where they're just about going there and having a massive range of different species and things to buy.
Because that's more sales focused, isn't it? Whereas this is more infotainment than sales orientated.
Yeah, but let me throw something completely random out there. Let's say next year Ant Oliver gets 500,000 subscribers. Who knows? But let's say he gets 500,000 subscribers, and then there's going to be another AntCon, but it will be like 1,000 Oliver fans coming. That will totally change everything, right? So it's definitely
that's where we can just make the call, as if there's suddenly just a massive amount. There could be there doesn't necessarily just need to be the one AntCon. I guess there's no real reason why we could do more. More centralized, bigger version of AntCon, and then there could be the a more intimate one.
Hell, I'd quite happily take a flight and slap one in Europe, wouldn't you, Sid?
That would be very cool.
But again, it all starts here, baby steps. We need to know what the demand is and what people actually want from it. and we can only do that by doing a tester and a trial, and that's really what this is about, isn't it? Putting the feelers
I
out.
just get always so hyped about the future. Like, this is the start,
I know, right?
And we're all part of the start, and it's so cool. Like, let's say in 20 years it's gonna be a massive show, 10,000 people coming. Who knows?
Imagine, and we're looking back at this stream and say, remember where we were?
I just get so
we were
excited
having to limit to
about
60
that.
people.
Yeah, it's just so awesome that it's all. We can all see it. Basically, the viewer as well. We can all see how it's formed. We are so part of it. It feels like it's so. Well, everyone is involved. It feels like, of course, you are organizing it, but it feels like everyone is involved.
And everyone is. Yeah, everyone is.
It'd be nice to turn it into an event where people could use it for, new launches or special announcements. Just like they do these various conventions yearly, car conventions where they go and show their new concept cars and all this type of stuff.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to have it.
If we had AntCon as that as well, like you say, isn't it? Yeah, and people save their product launches for the day, and shops from all over come together, and they've got that one thing they're gonna plug. That would be fun. That would be really fun.
Yeah, it would be also a very nice way to, I guess, unite all the stores. Like this one event could unite everyone in some way.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
Yeah, I think that would be very cool. So as you can hear, guys, there are a lot of plans, but definitely it's first getting the first one on the way, and seeing how it all goes. But I think I pretty much know it's gonna be an awesome experience for everyone that will be there. And guys, there are only 20 tickets left, so you have to be very fast if you want one. And the golden ticket is more like an investment. You get so much out of it. It's just very worth it.
You get back more than you spend.
Yeah, definitely.
Just in the equipment you get for the ticket.
Yeah, and it also helps, of course, in reducing. Well, basically managing the whole AntCon if you buy the gold ticket. So yeah, is there anything more?
Pretty much they're covering costs. They cover costs on our side, pre-costs. But yeah, it's that's generally why everyone charges tickets. But like I said, we've tried to make the tickets in a different way where they are like investments. And for people who generally would be buying stuff anyway, it's a way of looking at it as, well, if you're going to buy a ticket for £65 and you're going to get, approximately, 130, 140 pounds worth of stuff back for it, then you've kind of covered your fuel and the journey and stuff, and had a great day out, met loads of people, and you probably learn a lot of new stuff. It's one thing. Rich has got some awesome setups there, so people will be able to see. It's different as well. I get asked a lot of questions on the website. How does that work? What do you recommend for this? But it'd be so nice. It's so nice to actually have the opportunity to talk to people face to face and show them things. In the flesh, different setups. Talk to them about different ants. We can compare them. And just things like leaf cutters. There's so many questions, but most people, when you've got to just wrap it up into a short sentence in a chat, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So that'll be nice when there's just a ton of people in a room, super experienced people, novice, all mixing together, all asking questions and all learning from each other. Just the amount of conversations that will be had on the day, would just be, months and months and months worth of chat all in one go.
And then, of course, we've got some people speaking too, which will be a nice chance to learn something new.
Yeah.
We're hoping, it's open out there for any of the YouTubers if they want a little slot to talk. So that's theirs to take if they want it. But I
applied for a slot.
Did you really? Nice.
I did. I had the
consider
idea.
It done.
Yeah, I had the idea with Ant Oliver. Maybe, I just just briefed him about this, but it would be cool. I would like to tell something about, I don't know, what's like being an ant-YouTuber or something. But
yeah, and
maybe
you may
other
just
YouTubers
inspire somebody.
Yeah. Well, I will be. I definitely won't be visiting as a shop. I'll be visiting as Aesthetic Ants, the content creator. So I'll definitely, if possible, would like to talk a little bit about the content creation process and how it all goes. I'll make a very nice PowerPoint presentation
Nice.
for everyone to see.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
some
definitely.
behind the scenes pictures or something. I think Ant Oliver can greatly help with that as well, because he has his nice ant room, of course. So
But this is the joy, isn't it? Because leaving it open like this, you never really know what's going to happen. So it's going to create some diversity in these talks. I mean, I can tell you 2 of the ones we've got confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a radar expert who is currently working on a study looking at leafcutter jaws. And what he does is he uses radar to map out leafcutter heads of deceased leafcutters, and he's looking for traces of metal in the jaws. And what he wants to know is how they keep themselves sharp over time with the continuous cutting. And he said there's like zinc and nickel that can be found in the jaws, but he can create it so you're tiny and you can walk through these jaws of these leafcutter heads. So it's a really fascinating bit of research they're doing.
Wow.
So this guy's coming along. We've also got Sarah Bennon from the Bug Farm in Pembrokeshire. We have colonies in with her. And she is the vice president of the Royal Entomological Society in London. Wow. And she's coming to talk about species rejuvenation and diversification and saving natural habitat. And she does a lot of work in recultivating like land that doesn't house much anymore. And she's used to talking to people. They have an educational building, and they've got bugs of all kinds there. And we've got a few others that we're waiting to confirm, although in principle they're coming too. So with the mix of these people, and with some wonderful stories from our YouTuber friends like yourself, well, and then with a couple of competitions thrown in there as well, I think we'll create something that's happening throughout the day of interest to someone. And I think that's quite important too, isn't it? As well as the standing and chatting and looking at ants, and anyone's free to go back into our office and have a little route around colonies and things. It doesn't bother us. There's nothing behind there we wouldn't want people to see. But yeah, so that's the theory, is that we can create something in a little sort of like conferencey way that there's a lecture going on all day of some kind.
Yeah, very interesting.
There'll be a lot of stuff given away as well.
Oh yeah, we'll give some stuff away.
We're giving a lot of stuff away. There'll be like raffles and yeah.
And of course we want to raise money for these charities too, to do all of this hard work for species rejuvenation. And one of the ways we're doing it, I mean there's many ways, but one of the ways is Ryan from Antscapes is obviously coming, and we've already talked about the Scape Off, which is nothing to do with the escape room, but Scape, because he's Antscapes, and we're going to scape tanks live, so we'll have 3 or 4 people using equipment that we provide to have a competition against each other, and Ryan will of course be the judge of that. And
awesome.
And then at the end of it, the winner keeps the tank they escaped, and we'll auction off the others, and it'll give us a little bit of money then to start donating to these causes that are close to our heart as ant keepers.
Yeah.
We want these, we want ants to thrive, and we don't like, habitat destruction, and it'd be nice to give a little something from the day to that, wouldn't it?
I want to put the idea out. Ryan, what do you think? To call it the Antscape Off.
Antscape Off, yeah.
Yeah, but will it be like Escape Off, or is it also like more a workshop?
No, not so much. It's like a competition, isn't it? So that's
okay.
what the off is about.
Yeah.
Like a dance off, but with scaping.
Okay. So so everyone can apply, or
yeah, and then we'll at random, complete random, we'll pull out 3 or 4 names out of the hat, or however many tanks we've managed to buy, and go with.
Very cool.
We can have some fun with that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
We could do like a phone a friend, but you get 60 seconds of Ryan's help, and as your clue. It's
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
I can already see...
It's all in concept, but it's just one of many events that we're hoping to do in the day to make this entertaining for people.
I can already see, like I can already visualize that just a few kids very enthusiastic about escaping, and then Ryan teaching them, and then me in the background with the camera. Yeah, let's go. Ryan again. I didn't get the shot.
We can make Ryan look ridiculous too, can't we? We can put a massive badge on him.
I don't have to put much effort.
That says, "I think I'm a pro."
That comes natural. No, just kidding, Ryan. We all love you very much.
I'm sure he is for the right price. Happy Ant.
yeah. But yeah, very cool. I'm extremely hyped about the event. I told everyone. So even in school, they know I won't be in school because of the event, and everyone said, "Yeah, you have to go." So yeah, awesome. I'm very hyped for it. Someone asked which YouTubers will attend. As far as I know, I saw 2 names that I didn't know, which might be my bad. Let's see if I can find it even. Anyway, I know that Hood's coming, and Hood.
So far, the people who have confirmed.
Okay, yeah, Rich knows it better than me. Yeah.
Yeah, the people who have confirmed is on the website. If you just scroll down the homepage, their logos are there. So they're people we know are definitely coming, and it's quite nice because of the way I'm doing these little surveys, like I send out to everybody. I'm finding out who's got a channel, and it doesn't matter whether they're big or small or what have you. They can still go there and make their presence known, and I'll put the little logo on the screen.
You're missing Ants on a Rock.
Ants on a Rock.
Yeah, some people it's a very important part of the survey I send out. And they decide whether they're giving me permission to use their logo.
Yeah, I thought the Urban Ant Keeper would also be present at the.
I don't know if he's got a ticket, and if he has, and if he's done the form. I haven't looked for 2 days, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, yeah, well,
I should have looked today, really.
You really wanted to go, so he probably will be there as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I also thought the Colonialist was coming, or he isn't anymore.
Again, it depends where he is. His work schedule has him all over the place. So,
okay, so he hasn't confirmed.
If there isn't a ticket there, then or a survey done, then I wouldn't have put it out yet.
Awesome. There will definitely be a lot of familiar faces, I think, present, and well, if I learned anything, is that it will be, I think the vibe will be very, very heartwarming, very wholesome, and I think we will have a great time definitely after the venue as well.
So we can go and have drinks after. Yeah, there's a Wetherspoons up the road, nice and cheap, and the manager there, we work with her with the escape rooms, so we're hoping she's gonna reserve a nice space on the brand new roof terrace that they've built.
Probably.
And yeah, we can.
And then the real bloopers are getting shot. So that will be amazing. So yeah, all right. I don't know if there's anything we forgot that we need to still talk about. I can't think of it. If you guys have any questions, let us know in the chat, and we can answer them right now. We are secretly watching the chat all the time, but yeah, I don't know. Did I miss anything, Sid?
It's quite nice actually to be sat at the back of a live chat for a change, and I can actually just read the comments.
Yeah.
Because normally when it's just 2 of you, you don't have a chance to read.
No, that's true.
No, I mean, so if anyone's got any questions, now's the time to ask. I mean, like I said, I think someone's asked what does gold get? Yeah, I think I got cut off, didn't I? Going through the tiers. So I explained what bronze gets you. So obviously access to the event, access to discounts, t-shirt, and the AntCon species as well. Like I said, we don't know what that is at this stage. Obviously it depends on availability and what Rich can get access to at the time, or between now and the event, that we can have a supply enough of to because we're going to need at least 60 of these, as well as maybe some backup options for if someone already has that colony. But one of the things that Rich is trying to do is get a species that is not really been for sale in the UK, so it's kind of a new species for almost anyone that comes to the event, and it can kind of almost be like a kind of AntCon signature species. And in the silver tier there will be the addition of this, for sure there'll be an AntCon satin white Venus nest, which will obviously work in conjunction with the to raise the species that gets given away on the day, as well as maybe a couple of other smaller items as well. And then the gold tier will be all of the previous items, plus the addition of a full setup to go to from after the AntCon Venus nest. So you'd have the ant, you would have the Venus nest to raise it in, and then you have the setup, including the outworld and the nest. And again, that will be also a limited edition AntCon version. Ooh. So I think at present they're looking to be done in sort of one-time made satin white rather than the classic just flat white. So it looks very, very cool. I'm almost a bit gutted that I kind of made the satin white Venus an AntCon only thing, because it looks so cool.
And you can stick with that. We'll have a cool one for people.
Yeah, so it's just nice just for something that is kind of only done for the event, so that it's one of those little mini flexes for people if they want to kind of, it shows that they turned up to the event.
No way.
Sono non si chiaminata free ant to take home.
Sorry, Sid, I interrupted you again there. I was laughing at Nina Turu's free Antmobile Solenopsis geminata.
Definitely nice one.
And then that would mean the setup coming in the gold tier would be about 8 laptop setups. And which
how to ruin any credibility you may or may not have in one sitting.
Just get everyone some Pomerines or something to take home for the kids. Yeah, nice stinging ant.
But yeah, ultimately, just there'll be some other bits being added to it as well. There's but as a bare sort of rough guideline as to what people are getting, those are the things, and then there'll be some surprises as well on the day.
Yeah, I think, guys, if you go and get the limited edition stuff, I heard that in the UK you can get that stuff marked as well. So it will be limited. Get it in a nice plastic case for a tenner, and then it will be graded, and then they can sell it later for a limited edition item. Isn't that how that works? With Pokemon cards as well.
Yeah. Just hold on to it for a couple of years, and
it's just
somebody will want a Founders Edition AntCon nest.
Yeah, it's always nice to have. What's it called?
Will Wakooshi sign it? I'm sure he would, Sadie.
I might even number them.
Oh,
like one of 60.
Oh, but then number 1 is going to be the most rare, of course, most special.
Wow. And it'll be a potluck. Who gets that?
Yeah. That's cool.
That would be nice, but then good luck slicing 60 different files.
Or number 1 could be given away as part of a raffle. I mean, ultimately, the event will just be me and Rich just throwing stuff at people,
flagging it. Yeah. We'll wing it.
An excuse just for us just to give back to the community, really.
Rich and Sid are going to be the Oprah Winfrey's in the ant niche. You get a nest. You get a Venus. You get a Venus.
And then next year we can do a talk show, can't we?
Yeah. Imagine.
We'll do a talk show at AntCon.
But I heard
two old men and a couple of ants.
There were also some ideas a long time ago about getting the media involved into the first ant venue. I don't know if that's still something that's that's planned, or.
Say again, sorry.
So to get local newspapers or media involved into doing a little story about the first.
Yeah, that would be quite cool. Yeah.
But there are no plans yet set for it, because I knew there was some talk going about that.
It's on my list of things to do, but I'm only about 2/3 of the way through it, so
Yeah.
I will get there.
Would be great exposure for the hobby as well.
I mean, this
Absolutely.
event, as the fact that the tickets have near enough sold out, exposure isn't too massive this time round. This is more of just for us to just learn, kind of, you know, how things are going to kind of roll, really. So that will probably be something I'd imagine we may look into next year round, if the event is going to get sort of more upscaled. But at the moment, you know, it's exposure-wise, we've done perfectly fine with just sort of putting it out there on socials and things.
Yeah.
Do you know what? She's saying AntCon tattoos. You've literally got to walk past a tattoo shop to get to Spoons. The building we used to own on King Street is now a tattoo place. That's dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah,
I think Ants Holifer should get an Antscape tattoo, and Ryan should get an Ants Holifer tattoo.
Yeah. I'll be back in 2 seconds. My kid's crying.
Oh, that's not good. He is already too hyped for AntCon. That's why he's crying at the moment. Can't hold his tears back from joy. Yeah, I don't see many questions anymore. Only other than if Wakooshi will sign it. I think I think Wakooshi will only sign bodies at the AntCon if we give him a marker, like the rock star he is. Yeah, that should be cool. If we can get a band playing or something, that would be nice. Some live music as well. Don't know if one of you can play an instrument.
The thing is, well, I think space is going to be probably the biggest issue. The venue is a good size. It's split across a few rooms, but obviously, what we're trying to do is get as many people, or give the ability for as many people to turn up as we can get, because you know we had no idea what the general attendance would be, and the nice thing is it seems like the venue is perfectly suited for the amount of people that want to come at the moment, because you know if for example we'd sold out immediately on day one, then we would have known that people who unfortunately didn't get access to a ticket can't come.
Mm-hmm.
But you know the nice thing is it's been active for I think maybe 3 weeks or something like this, and we've sold about 60-70% of the tickets.
Hello again.
So everyone's kind of had an opportunity to come who wants to come, and then now it's just a case of the last few tickets will generally go to whoever was waiting to get paid, or who
people still
maybe
in doubt.
wasn't.
Yeah.
People, or maybe people just aren't aware of it yet. So the nice thing is, I'm certain that they'll go over probably the next month or so. But definitely by the time the event comes round, it's going to be a sold out event, which is nice. So the event is really the perfect size for the venue, which is great. But we have kind of purposely pressed the capacity just to ensure that it's got that kind of it's a packed out event, and there will be a lot of people, and that will be kind of good. So it's not just a huge.
It'll feel nice and full, won't it?
Yeah, it'll feel nice and full, and it'll be nice and intimate, and there'll be a lot of things going on, and you know, so that kind of stuff will be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of tied in. The venue's the right for the kind of the amount of people that want to go. So yeah.
The chat escalated quickly. Now everyone is getting an ant tattoo, apparently. But
oh god.
we all get AntCon 2022, and then every year you go, you sign under it 2023, 2024. Yeah, that would be cool. No, let's not do that. Well, I'm not a big fan of anything permanent, but yeah. Yeah, I don't see any more questions. I don't know if you have anything to add, Rich or Seth. Otherwise, we'll wrap this successful stream up.
Our good friend Hood here just said, "Is everyone in the chat going?" So when someone buys a ticket, it should automate now that 24 hours after you get a link to a little information fill out, and on there it asks for Discord. So I have almost done a Discord now just for people who are attending. So in there will be all of the links to local things to do, hotels, airports, and it'll be where everyone can get together and chat. So you'll be able to know everyone who's going before you do.
That will be awesome. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just wait for that, and then that will be a pretty vibrant little server, I think. Hopefully people aren't going to spam invite links everywhere. That should be a little bit. Well, you have to counter that, yeah.
But this is the only thing I've still got to. I'm not a Discord fan, but you know that page where you make people like do something and then you check it.
Ah, yeah.
I need one of them so that we're not letting in the riffraff. Just the people with tickets.
I think you can disable invites.
I don't mean riffraff.
You can disable invites, so.
Yeah, that's what I'll have to do then. Yeah. So I want it just for us people who are going to be able to talk to each other, you know.
Well, I think you can make them just like just like various guys do with their members only Discord servers.
Yeah, that would work.
Like Hoods and Holofers one. Yeah, I think it's
I'll figure it out. I'll try and get it live tonight and get some invites out to everyone so everyone can start figuring out who's going where and who needs lifts and all of that.
Happy Ants asked if you're going to any invert shows.
I'd like to, but I just don't think I've got time.
Well,
I've thought about it, but when would I fit it in? I'll do it if you do it, Sid.
Well, we touched on it. We've touched on it a couple of times.
Yeah, we'll have a double stand.
What we generally kind of came to the conclusion is we'll see how AntCon goes, and then because generally sort of some of the advertising and stuff and the banners and things will kind of go pretty hand in hand with stalls and sort of vendor stands for invert shows, so that it would be pretty easy for us to do that type of thing. So
why don't we not go there as stores but go there as AntCon to get people to our show?
Yeah, but you don't. But you can also like go. Yeah, maybe that would be boring, but not go and have a stand or something. Just go.
Oh yeah, to go and hang out. Yeah, I'm up for that. If I've got the time, I'll do that.
Maybe they mean that as well, just to go to be able to meet you guys, because having a stand is you don't want to just hire a table and throw on some ants. You want to do it right. I really like the table Ants HQ makes when they go
he
to
makes
fest.
a really good table, doesn't he?
It looks very, very sick. Put a lot of effort in.
With the LEDs and the banner and the table. Oh, if that guy can rock a show.
The problem with those things, I'd have to go with a stall if I ever went again, because you spend so much money at them. Oh my god! Every time I go to those things, I end up coming back with like, I'll go there for a mantis and I'll come back with like 3 tarantulas and like a scorpion or something.
Yeah.
It's just it's just too tempting when you're there.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, if you see it all, think, I might need this, but this looks also great. I might need.
I mean, like
as well.
like EA with you've got exotic ants now, and when you see them in front of you, it's totally different. You can see pictures of stuff online and this lot, but when you actually physically see them in front of you, you're like, you're just like, I'd much rather keep these than this, and I want all these to just, so it is when you see things in the flesh, and they're there right in front of you.
Can 100% confirm.
It feels so much more real.
Yeah, I recently fell in love with Camponotus albus passus and think, oh no, I have too many Camponotus. And now I got Camponotus maculatus subnodus from Asia and think, oh, these ants are so cool, they look so cool. That's so hard. And then I help Ignatus and it was, I want these ants. But yeah, can't keep all. Who keeps donating? Oh, this is just a subscriber. Okay, also nice. Thank you. But yeah, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. EA should talk with Ants HQ. I already did, my friend. I already did. Very nice guy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. link is in the description if you want to get a ticket and you don't have one yet. Get the gold one, it's definitely worth it. It will be an amazing event. I will keep you updated. I will make I have an idea in my head how I'm going to make the whole video. I think I'm gonna make it more like a vlog style documentary about the whole event. Hopefully for school I need to make a documentary. I'm hoping that I can make it about AntCon. At least that's what I'm going to try to do, because then I hit 2 birds with 1 stone. But yeah guys, I want to thank you all for watching. Stream was very vibrant. EA didn't see my donation. I did. Wacky Ant-Man, I did. You just didn't hear me. Alright, thank you again. Yeah, any last words from you, Sid and Rich?
Oh, see you in May, guys. Thank you. Thanks for having us, EA.
No problem.
Yeah, as ever, pleasure to be here, and I look forward to it.
Alright guys, we'll see you in May, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and
take care, guys.